Good morning, my name's Guy Aston. I'm the project manager for the Aston Martin Formula One team headquarters here at Silverstone. So here we are stood in the new reception for the building, and we're going to have a walk around site to show you what we're doing here on site at Silverstone. So we're in week 26 of a 77-week program for building this new factory. We started on site last August and we're due to finish towards the end of January in 2023. At the moment, as you can see, the steel frame has been erected and we're starting to put the roof on the building and the first floor of the building. The building overall is about 160 metres by 50 metres footprint and will house all of the things that the Formula One team need to do to design and build the cars all under one roof. So we'll have a walk through and we'll point out some of the main features of the building as we go through. So here we are in the main street. This runs right the way through the building, east to west, from one end to the other. It's 160 metres, I say, from one end to the other, and everything is serviced off this street. On the left-hand side is mostly the machine shops, composite shops, etc. On the right-hand side is fabrication, electronics, inspection, and finally the race shop at the other end of the building. So the building has been in design and design development for something like 2 years now, actually. And we finally got to the point where the design was where Lawrence wanted it, was an expression of the vision that he had for Aston Martin going forward. So here we are now with a building that Lawrence is happy with, the team's happy with, and we know will probably be the best factory in Formula One. If you look up, you can see the netting up on the roof, and that's because the roof is being put on the building at the moment, and we've got people working at high level, and we've obviously got a safeguard against falls for those operatives from a high level. You can also see as we go through, there's a lot of areas defined where people can walk and where people can't walk, and that's all about keeping people safe on site. I came onto the project as recently as July 21, having been working previously for Boeing Defence on a major piece of infrastructure for the Royal Air Force. Lawrence asked me to come and help and get involved. I've actually previously looked after quite a few developments in motor racing and Formula One in particular, actually starting originally with the original Jordan factory right here, which was back in 1990. So at this end of the new headquarters, the race shop is going to be here where these mupes are, and over here is the R&D. So yeah, that's where we are. You come out here and this is where the race trucks will be parked. This area just over to my left, where you can see there's some reinforcing steel and some concrete. There's a basement there, and that's where the main server room and the uninterrupted power supply batteries are going to be. At the moment we've got about 60 operatives working on the site, doing the upper floors, doing the roofing, external works, pulling the drainage through. When we're at our maximum, we'll have between 200 and 250 operatives on site, and that'll be when our mechanical electrical services start and all the internal fitting, which is going to start within the next couple of weeks. So here we are on the first floor of the building. We're actually standing in an area that's going to be HR, commercial, accounts. Behind the camera, across to the north, is the main technical office where all of the designers are sitting together in one place. It's a huge space. We'll have in the region of 280 engineers working in there. And just over to my right here is the executive area where Lawrence will have his office. The CEO will have his office. It's not only an expression of the ambitions of the team, but it's also the way the team's got to work if it's going to be successful in the future. You know, everybody under one roof, so communications are really good, but also that all of the resources are here to enable the team to do what it needs to do. Beyond that, of course, we need to be seen to be part of Aston Martin. So one of the things Lawrence is really passionate about is that when people come in here, it'll feel like it's Aston Martin in the same way as when you walk into a major distributorship in Tokyo or Shanghai or London or Paris. Behind me here is the main car park. Just below here is the service yard, in which all of the plant machinery we need to run the factory will be located. So air handling units, dust extract units, etc., transformers will all be out here. Beyond that, the car park. There's a perimeter road goes around the site. Will eventually link to the new wind tunnel and the replacement for the existing factory building. Here we are up on the roof of the building. It's what's called a built-up system. So if we look down camera, you can see here's the internal liner sheet of the roof. Here's the insulation that fits in between, and then over here you can see the top sheet that goes on top of that. And that's what carries the rainwater away. The whole roof is going to be covered in photovoltaic cells, solar panels. Where we're hoping that we can generate 0.5 megawatt of electricity that we can use within the factory, all generated from the sunshine on the roof. One of our main partners involved in the project here is JCB. So in the background here, you'll see the signature yellow machines of JCB, where we've got dumpers and diggers on the site. One of the things that you also notice behind me is the amount of mud we've got here. We're on a clay site and the water just sits there. So what we're trying to do is, as much as we can, as quickly as we can, is we're trying to civilize the site. Our deadline is the end date, and that's at the moment 23rd of January 23. It's a big ask to do everything that needs doing in that time, and the whole team from all the guys involved at Aston Martin, and we need massive input from all the heads of department. Have no doubt about that. To the guys who are fixing the steel here on site. It's a big effort and a big ask and a massive hurdle we've got to jump to get it finished in that time. So we've had a good walk around the site today for the first time. I'm off now, and we'll be back next month for another look, and you can see how we're getting on.